Hi, it's TRC Retro Programming here. Not sure if anybody's interested, but um, this is another Tales of Suburbia update, getting close to the end of the game. Um, sure, I have a few followers that might want to see this, so I'm making a quick video. Um, uh, so, what I did here is, in addition to changing, using all the colors here, in this title up here stays with you through the whole game. So this is reminiscent of Commodore 64 games. Not sure how many of you have played Commodore 64 games, but a lot of times programmers would have a fixed design that would continue throughout the game, and the screen is down here, and the design would have something to do with the game. So we have kind of a cool contrast going on here now. I got rid of the border, looked bad. I put like a slanted line here, some red over here, green over here. I'm gonna leave it like this. But I'm gonna also make a model rocket, um, which is the goal of this game, is to launch your model rocket. So I'm gonna put a picture of that model rocket right here. And so as you play the game, um, you'll be reminded of your quest. Um, and I can't think of anything else, so I'll just stick a model rocket in here, and we'll be done with that. The only thing is, this doesn't appear until you're past stage 1. It will appear inside the hobby shop because the hobby shop is broken down into 2 pages, but stage 1 is mostly full screens, so you're not going to get this. You will get it everywhere else though, and in the hobby shop. Um, and I might go and stick that on the title screen too, something like that. Still playing with this, but to me, like I said, I don't want to make a long video here. I just want to show you what's new. We're going to go up into the attic. And this is going to be about it for the attic, I think, guys. I don't want to get too crazy. The light comes on. It's actually a flashlight. If we check our inventory, we have nothing. It's not reading the inventory right now, but it would say you have a flashlight, among other things. If we go over here, we can explore. It's just a box. There's another box over here. And you have to figure out what to do. Yeah, so I'm just a little bit winded today, guys. Had a rough morning, but recovering well, and trying to recover anyways. Not really going to get into too much detail, but things didn't go right this morning for me for some reason. I don't know. I'm okay now, but anyways, not to digress too much. We have a guitar over here. If you guys thought that was a guitar, that's exactly what it is. If you didn't know what it was, now you know it's a guitar. It will have something to do with, we're getting towards the end of the game here, and as I said, you have to figure out puzzles. I'm not there yet, but the guitar, the boxes, you're going to have to figure it out. I'm not going to tell you. There is going to be one more screen for the last time if I go down here. And this doesn't close off properly because I haven't finished that yet, but it will go back to being all red, and none of this will be here. The only time the light goes on is when you go up. We're walking by the parents' door, and we're going into the living room. I still have to fix this right here, but here comes, we have our title again. It stays with us through the whole game, and the game portion is on the bottom. And this is shaping up to be a pretty good game, guys, if I do say so myself. But what I wanted to show you is this doorway here leads into the kitchen, and the kitchen leads into the backyard where you launch your rocket, but you can't get into the kitchen yet. If I don't know if I have that programmed in, but it should say that you can't go into the kitchen type thing, but I have these boundaries here, and the couch seems to be in the way a little bit, so I might have to increase that so you can get into that doorway, but you're not allowed to go through that door yet until you do certain things. So, I'm really liking how this is shaping up, and hopefully you guys do too. Like I said, I have an instruction booklet that I made a while back. Not sure how accurate it is right now, but it was sufficient before. I want to figure out some kind of packaging for this, and maybe get it out to people as a shareware. I've never seen any actual Color Computer 2 shareware. Did you guys have that back in the day? I had shareware, but it wasn't until the 90s when I had my Tandy 1000 SX, and that was a terrific computer, but it eventually, it was a good computer. It wasn't a VGA, and it wasn't a, I think it was a 286, and they had 386s and 486s at the time, which were much, much better. I remember I had a modem in it, and that was way before the internet. This is probably 91, 92, 93. Don't really remember. Early 90s, real early 90s, and like I said, it was pre-internet. Nobody had the internet. Nobody had cell phones. We still had payphones, which is a feature in this game. And we used to use our modems to get pirated software. I'm just going to say it straight out. Pirated software from BBS's, and Commodore users did the same thing. Everything was cracked and distributed, and they had a really bad problem with piracy. I don't think I ever paid for a video game. So, but the other actually fun thing was there was a BBS way back in the early 90s called, what was it called? Connections Online, okay? It was called Connections Online, and it was a Connecticut-based BBS that was run by a couple. And what it was they had they were using, their computer as a server, and it had, I think it had four, 5, or 6 telephone lines with very specialized software, and you could have 4 or 5 or 6 people on the BBS at the same time, and they didn't distribute any software. It was like a chat, like you go on there and meet people. Really a lot of fun. I actually met a whole bunch of people, and they had events like you had to pay for membership, It was pretty expensive. It was like maybe $25 a month or something like that. And back then that was quite a bit of money, but they held events, and they used to have something called balloons over Connecticut, where they had like higher balloons and they would launch them. And so we got together at that festival and met everybody, that all the members that went to, they were invited to meet up and meet each other actually in person. And I actually ended up meeting quite a few people and becoming good friends with them. And I don't know them anymore. This was quite a long time ago, like 30 years ago. No, beyond more than 30 years ago. And, nothing like that. Those were the days, you know what I mean? Things have changed so much from the 80s and the 90s into the 2000s, and things like that just don't exist anymore. The other thing I'm going to say before I let you go is that, computers used to be an enigma. People were fascinated by them. Most people did not have a computer. If you did have one, you were like a focal point for other people that were, wow, what's this and everything. And like I said, it used to be an enigma. Even in Hollywood movies and things like that, they made movies, about computers, and they don't. Today, people don't think twice about a computer. You don't have to be smart to use a computer today. Everything is automated, and with Windows and who knows what else, cell phones. Like a 2-year-old could use can operate a computer these days, but it wasn't always like that. You used to have a certain level of skill was involved, and a lot of people didn't take interest in their. But I think everybody on here is kind of in the same boat, and we all have a certain degree of intelligence. Otherwise, we wouldn't be programming computers, and it's just changed a lot. It's been very, I don't know what the word is. It's been, yeah, I can't think of the word. You know what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of the word. Computer programming and everything. It's been not exploited, but it's been what is it? Maybe I don't know the correct word, but if I think of it, I'll post it. You know, at this point, I'm just gonna let you guys go, and hopefully you guys watch these full videos. Otherwise, you won't get the entire scope of what I'm trying to put out there. Lately, people have just been watching 30 seconds of a half an hour video, and it doesn't do much justice. And but I'm thankful for the people that do watch the entire thing, and I like the comments that I get. So I'm going to keep the channel going, and I don't know for how much longer. That's up to you guys. If you guys are going to keep participating, then we'll keep going. If not, then I'll leave the channel open as a resource, an educational resource. But to be honest with you, I haven't seen much growth in this channel within the past 6 months. I've gotten some new subscribers, but the views are still staying at 50 or less per video, and it's really disappointing. I don't know why that is. There's some retro channels that get thousands of views per video, and I'm not really sure why I'm not getting those numbers. I've put out over 100 videos, and I'm not really sure what the trouble is with that. people are really not interested in the color computer series, and I don't know why. It's just as good as any other computer. I'm not sure. Maybe most people probably didn't have one. I think it was very limited. It wasn't available for very long, and I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing here. I mean, I didn't know any. I only knew one other person that had a color computer too, and that was it. It was just me and my friend. Nobody else had one. Most people got Commodores, um, where a lot of people, you know, had other computers, the Atari. I didn't. The Amiga. I don't know why this got looked over. It might have been a regional thing where Radio Shack wasn't very big in certain areas, and it was bigger in other areas. Bigger in certain areas than in other areas. They might not have had Radio Shack around them, and they probably didn't even know it existed. Because I do know that IBM and things like that were pushing real hard with advertisements, and I don't ever remember seeing advertisements for this on TV, and back then TV was it, you know. So, all right, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Take care.